Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be doing a different genre than has been my norm. I've been focusing mostly on BLVN, but there's literally nothing stopping me from doing other genres as well. So what we're playing today is Baked Magic. You might recognize one of the characters, Elliot. This is by Witpop, who also do I'm a love interest in my childhood friend's reverse harem, and I'm a side character. This was made as a Yuri jam for 2018. A little bit about the game. Baked Magic is a light-hearted story about Lana, a witch that owns a bakery. She recently took on an apprentice that is eager to learn how to bake delicious muffins using magic. They are frequented by their number one customer, who is a royal knight. Learn how Lana deals with love, life, rejection, and acceptance. Play through the 4 days of her life, ending with a single big event. So, this game has point-and-click mini-games as well, which should be fun. That's also a little bit different from everything that we've done before. I'm looking forward to playing. I absolutely love Witpops games. They're so much fun. So, let's get started. Those are pretty bottles. Perfect! Once the apple cinnamon muffins are done, we'll be finished with today's baking. I think I'll open the store a little early today. I love her hair. But like, she's so pretty. Look at her. She's so pretty. Love her outfit too. Oh no. I instantly want to cosplay her. Lana, come quick! What's the matter, Elliot? I started a fire. Oh. Elliot, where's the fire? Right here. Oh, you mean you conjured fire? When you said you started a fire, I thought you set the kitchen alight. Again. My name is Lana Olin? I don't know. Olin. We'll go with that. I always butcher Red's names. There has not been a single game of Red's that I've played that I haven't butchered at least one name. And I run this bakery. No way! I'm not that careless. At least not anymore. This little ball of energy is my apprentice, Elliot Adia. I wasn't able to control my fire magic at all last week, but I practiced really hard and finally got the hang of it. I wanted to show you how much I've improved. I also love Elliot's hair, that braid. I'm weak to braids. They've both got braids and I'm here for it. I love braids. And we're witches. Aw, my fire! So, what am I gonna do with you? Later that morning. Anna, I can't find the powdered cinnamon. It's on the shelf next to the clove. Okay. I've had this bakery for a little over 3 years now. It's always been my dream to open up a store and share my delicious snacks and remedies with the people of Perennia. I found it! Good work, Elliot. Elliot was one of the first customers I ever had. And back then, I I hadn't realized that she was a witch. Last year, she came to me saying she wanted to learn how to use magic to bake. Lana, look! I finished dusting the apple cinnamon muffins. Don't they look appetizing? Don't they look appetizing? Initially, I was reluctant. Get it? Get it? Appetizing. It's like appetizing, but with apples. Because I'm holding apple cinnamon muffins. Yes, well done. Could you please put them on the display stand? But even after I turned her down so many times, she still visited the store and begged me to teach her. Aww, you didn't laugh at my amusing joke. She is very persistent. Last month, I finally agreed to take her on as my apprentice. That didn't sound sincere. And things at the bakery have been more lively ever since. Good morning. Morning! Here comes our number one customer. How is life at the castle going, Jane? This is... Jane Do. She is a royal knight that comes by the bakery every morning to buy a blueberry lavender muffin. Ooh. Now this is just making me hungry. It's going fine. You know, I can't say too much about what happens at the castle. We also served together during the war. You could say we've been through a lot together. Aw, stingy. Should I get your usual, Jane? If you would. Thanks, Lana. I am grateful she still comes to visit me every morning. Jane, are you alright? You have bags under your eyes. Thanks for your concern, Elliot, but I'm fine. Ooh, she's got a scar down her neck there. Burn mark, maybe? That's a cool detail. Oh, they're all so pretty. Oh, she's got it down her arm as well. Oh boy, I didn't even notice that. Wow. She's been through the wars. Literally. Lana's outfit, hair, she's just so pretty. There's a lot going on at the castle at the moment, so I just haven't been sleeping very well for the past couple of nights. Would you like something to help you? Would you like something to help you sleep? Flirt. Suggest a remedy. Hoo-hoo. Okay, what are we going to do? Can you romance both? Can you romance both of them? Oh, I hope so. I am a sucker for dark hair, long hair, and scars. Let's flirt with Jane. I have just a thing for sleepless nights. What do you suggest? It's easier for people to fall asleep when they have someone to hold at night. Or if there's someone holding them. If you need a person for either suggestion, I'd happily volunteer my services. Thanks for the offer, but I don't think that's the right solution to my problem. Scribbles. Today's lesson: how not to flirt with customers. Elliot, please don't write that down. Well, since my first proposal seems to have been rejected, how about I make you a potion to help you fall asleep instead? A sleeping potion? I'm not sure. Don't worry, it won't knock you unconscious straight away. The potion I have in mind will just help you relax and make it easier for you to fall asleep within 5 to 15 minutes of taking it. Are there any side effects? You'll wake up normally and feel refreshed. No adverse side effects. Nothing like the potions we used during the war. I see. Very well then. Shall I make the potion and deliver it to the castle tonight, Jane? If you would, thanks. Oh, I can drop it off for you. How do you plan to get to the castle? I can walk! You haven't been practicing how to fly, have you? I can't do it! I can't control more than one element like you can, Lana. I can barely make fire! How do you expect me to use wind magic so soon? Conjure fire. Ah! Please, let me do the delivery. I'm not as magically gifted as some of the other witches in town, but you are still willing to take me on as your student. I want to prove my worth as your apprentice, with or without magic. When you're this determined, how could I possibly say no? Woohoo! Good for you, Elliot. I'll greet you at the castle gates after sundown. Alright. I'll see you then, Jane. I hope your potion works, Lana. Do you doubt my skills? Never. I'll see you, Elliot. See you, Jane! What kind of sleeping potion are you gonna make, Lana? Just a simple one. Would you like to help? Yes, please. I feel like I'm learning a lot today. I'm glad you think so. There's more to witchcraft than just summoning and conjuring. Knowledge of the world around us will also improve our ability to brew potions and perform acts of alchemy. Scrabble. First, we'll need to gather all the ingredients. What do you need? For this potion, I'll need some valerian root, passion flower, and peppermint leaves. All of these can have a sedative effect on the consumer, but have some varying degrees of effectiveness. They also differ in taste. The peppermint will be used as the main aromatic component. Ooh, okay. Do we have all those things? We do, but what? Elliot? Yes? Did you, by any chance, move things around in my kitchen this morning? Well, you see, I took some of the ingredients off the shelves when I was looking for the cinnamon, but then I forgot where everything went, so I just put them back where I thought they would go. I see. I'm so sorry, I've messed up your kitchen. No, it's fine. I should have been supervising you instead of putting the other muffins out on display. We'll just have to look around the kitchen and try to find them. Okay. Lana? Yes? What were the ingredients you needed again? Valerian root, passion flower, and peppermint leaves. I'll write you a note. Thank you! Okay, let's have a look around. Oh, there's so many things. Oh, found the peppermint. Nice. Oh! Ah, here's the valerian root. These are goji berries. They're delicious, but not what I'm looking for. Don't need any rosebud right now. Maybe in a couple of weeks. Maybe I'll grow some green tea later. I love the smell of jasmine. That's not what I'm looking for. Why is the nutmeg over here? Put it back on the shelf later. Why is it... What is the passion flower doing over here? Well, At least I was able to find it. Looks like we found all the ingredients. Now I can make the potion. Hooray! I actually had fun looking for the ingredients. Maybe we can do that again. Please don't mess up my kitchen anymore, Elliot. Sorry. Elliot, please mind the front of the store and serve any customers while I work in the back. Okay, I won't let you down. I'm sure you won't. Later that evening. The rest of the day goes by rather uneventfully. I take my time preparing the potion, make sure to use the correct measurements. Using too much or too little of any ingredients can change the potency and taste of the potion. At the end of the day, we close the bakery and I give Elliot a box with the potion inside to deliver to Jane. One speedy delivery to the castle coming right up. Be careful. It would be faster for me to fly to the castle myself, but I admire Elliot's passion and determination. When I first took her on as my apprentice, she caused me a lot of trouble. She constantly made mistakes while baking, and her aptitude for magic was quite low, even for someone her age. But she tries her best, and I find that endearing. I have never met someone as determined and dedicated about baking as her. I can't help but want to support and encourage her. I hope she doesn't get lost on her way to the castle. The next day. I wake up early in the morning and make my way downstairs to the bakery. It is still dark in the little kitchen. With a flick of my wrist, the fireplace lights up. Not all witches and Paranea are born with the ability to use magic. Most develop a spark during childhood, but in rare cases, some people can train themselves and force a spark to ignite in adulthood. Elliot is one of the latter. She has been training since adolescence, but only ignited her spark last year. I admire her determination and perseverance. I, on the other hand, am one of the former. I first developed my spark when I was 8. Another child in my neighborhood had dug out the sunflowers I had been growing. I was so enraged. I spent weeks growing those flowers. I raised my hands to grab his arm, but the earth beneath him rose and began to engulf him instead. That was the first time I ever used magic. Nice. Wouldn't that be great? Luckily, he was also a witch. He conjured a wave of water to wash over us. He said it would help cool me down. Turned out, he had picked the flowers because he wanted to give them to a girl he liked. After talking together, he promised not to take things from someone else's garden again, and I generously gave him the sunflowers to give to his crush. He came to me the next day, crying because she had rejected him. I guess even magic can't save a person from the pains of heartache. Lana? I walked over and unlocked the back door. Morning, Lana. Good morning, Elliot. Did you manage to deliver the potion last night? I sure did. Oh, and listen to this. Last night, there was a lot of commotion at the castle. Commotion? The guards were running around frantically and several messages were entering and exiting the castle last night. It was probably nothing. What do you suppose was the cause? What do you suppose was the cause? Do you think it's unordinary for there to be so much movement at the castle? I'm not sure. Perhaps the guards were looking for something? Or someone? Or maybe the king was sending out declarations of war to neighboring nations. Or maybe even love letters. You have such an active imagination. I like that about you. Thank you. You won't need to worry about King Carl declaring war on anyone anytime soon. How can you be so sure? Because the last war just recently ended, many lives were lost, including the Queen's. Her last wish was for the prince and princess to live in a world of peace and harmony. I doubt the king would do anything to take this life that she helped build away from her children. You have so much faith in the king. I did serve under him during the war, after all. I would say I know him pretty well. Can you tell me more about the war? I didn't ignite my spark until after it ended, so I was never exposed to the battlefield. There isn't a lot to say. The slime monsters suddenly appeared one day, and King Carl enlisted the aid of all witches throughout Paranea to banish them. Jane served in the war too, right? Even though she isn't a witch? Yes. Many skilled fighters fought in the war. But without the use of magic, they were in the front lines and most were injured. What were the slimes like? Slimy. Aw, it's not very informative. There were many different types of slimes. Some were like water elementals and some like fire. Is that how Jane got her scar? Fighting a slime? You ask a lot of questions, Elliot. Why don't we start making some simple vanilla muffins for today's sales? Ooh, I can do that. Of course you can. I'll be here to guide you. Do you know what the ingredients we need? I sure do. We'll need flour, milk, vanilla bean, sugar, and is that all? Eggs? You'll also need oil and eggs to add moisture and a soft texture to the muffins, as well as a pinch of salt to enhance the flavor of the sugar and vanilla. Ooh, I need to write that down. Didn't you write this down last time? I forgot where I left the notes. Oh, Elliot. I really like Lana. The morning kicks off with the two of us baking all sorts of delicious treats. Before I know it, the time that Jane routinely comes to visit has arrived. Good morning. Morning, Jane! Good morning, Jane. How did you sleep last night? About that. I'm sorry, Lana. I didn't get a chance to take the potion last night, even though you went through the trouble of brewing and delivering it to me. Oh, it's nothing to apologize over. Why didn't you take it? I really shouldn't say. Aw, please? I'm also curious. After I went to all the trouble of making the potion, you at least owe me an explanation for my efforts. Ha! I already paid you in coin for that potion, Lana. You can repay me with something else for the emotional trauma of not having my product used. It hurts my feelings. And my legs! I had to walk such a long distance to deliver it! Yes, poor Elliot. We demand compensation in the form of castle gossip. The old you would never have stooped to such trivial excuses, Lana. Is this your doing, Elliot? Very well. We had a few messages from the neighboring nations arrive, so I had to escort them around the castle. Why were there so many messages? I saw a few when I came by. They were returning responses to the king's invitation. Is he marrying off the princess or something? The king's invitation? Yes. You see, the king plans to hold a ball in a couple of days. All the nobles in Paranea will be attending, as well as some ambassadors from neighboring nations. Wow, a ball! Luca will also be attending. Who's Luca? Another witch that Lana and I are acquainted with. He's a childhood friend of mine, you could say. I'm not surprised he is attending. He is a noble, after all. He has a tendency to fall madly in love with every man, woman, and anything in between that he meets. A real hopeless romantic. It's best if you keep a safe distance from him. Oh, okay. What's the occasion? The princess's betrothment. Betrothment? She's getting married? Who's she going to marry? I'm not sure yet. I'm not high enough in the chain of command to be informed. But the princess has requested to specifically have your muffins served at the ball. She did? Yes. Wow! Why would she request my muffins specifically? Aww! She eats your blueberry lavender muffins every day. It makes sense that she would want her favorite food at her betrothment ball. The muffins you buy every morning are for the princess? Yes. I didn't know that! Wow, Lana, your food is being eaten by royalty! I suppose I should feel honored? I actually thought Jane was the one eating my muffins. So it turns out she wasn't coming by to visit me, but instead running an errand for the princess every day. Not sure how that makes me feel. Anyway, the king wishes to order 500 assorted muffins from you for the night after tomorrow. Can you do it? I can't really decline a request from the king now, can I? No, I guess not. You will, of course, be invited to attend the ball as well. Okay, the night after tomorrow, correct? I should be able to get that done. I assume Elliot will want to help with the order? You bet I do. Excellent. Consider it done. Thank you. Are you alright? Yes, please don't worry about me. I'll just take my usual muffin and return to the castle. Alright. I go behind the counter and place a blueberry lavender muffin in a carry bag. For some reason, I put it in a fancier bag than usual, opting for a black pouch with a gold hemming instead of a plain tan one. Here you go. Thank you, Lana. Did I subconsciously try to present my muffin in a more sophisticated manner because I knew it was meant for royalty? I'll be back the same time tomorrow. Have a good day, Jane! She leaves, but not before showing a pained look on her face. Jane didn't look happy when talking about the princess's betrothment. I had a feeling I knew why, but it wasn't my place to say. Elliot, I think the pumpkin seed muffin will be almost finished by now. I try to ignore it and carry on with running the bakery. I'll go check. Is Jane in love with the princess? That would be a plot twist. We go about the rest of the day serving customers and baking as per usual. When I close at the bakery, Elliot tells me she has a prior arrangement and is unable to stay. I'm sorry, I can't stay back to help clean up today. Don't worry about it, Elliot. Make sure you get home safely, and I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, you're so understanding. See you tomorrow, Lana. I lock the door behind her. I'm still bothered by the look on Jane's face as she spoke to us this morning. I could tell that she was troubled by the princess getting married, and I guess that bothered me. The obvious fact that Jane has feelings for the princess. Yeah. I don't know what to do with my own feelings right now. The next day. Lana, my arms are getting tired from all this mixing. How do you do this every morning? I suppose this would be a good time to teach you how to use magic to mix the batter. Really? Yes! I need a quill. Please wait. Maybe she should start carrying a quill and ink around with her. Okay, I'm ready. Let's begin by beating the eggs. Since your initial spark was fire, Elliot, you should also have a slight connection with both wind and earth elements. You'll be harnessing the wind element for today's lesson. Okay. First, pinpoint a specific part of the egg to focus your magic. Next, you'll want to mix the batter in a circular motion, so we will want to focus our magic around the bowl. We continue channeling our energy around and around. that's it. Sounds easy, but I'm sure I'll make mistakes. Do you watch me do it again? Yes, please. Okay, but after this, I want to see you give it a go. And that's how we do it. Wow, you made that look so easy, Lana. Thank you, Elliot, but flattery won't improve your magic skill. I know. Okay, I think I'm ready to give it a try. Good luck. Eek! Calm down, Elliot. When you panic, you accidentally channel your spark element. In your case, it would be fire. Okay. Just take a few seconds to calm down. Shall we try again? One more time. She seems to be getting the hang of this. I can see some real potential. Great work, Elliot. I could mix all day. Very good. But I think we should stop here for today. What? But I'm on fire right now. Eek! I didn't mean it like that. Water. I need water. You got too excited. Sorry. We still have a long way to go. Sometime after. You did pretty well with making today's batch. The amount of times I lit the batter on fire. I'm sorry I've wasted so many ingredients. It's quite alright, Elliot. I knew what I was getting myself into when I accepted you as an apprentice. Lana, you're so kind. Oh, here comes our Lana, I need your help. Excuse me? The king. He plans to wed the princess off to the first man that can defeat his fighter in a duel at the ball tomorrow night. What? I need you to create a potion to turn me into a man. What? Please, I'm begging you. Sprite creep. It's the only way I'll be able to fight for her. Can't possibly allow the princess to marry the first man to defeat the king's chosen fighter. Who knows what sort of barbarian it could be? But there's a chance the winner could be a kind-hearted person. I can't risk it. I can't bear the thought of her marrying a stranger she doesn't even know. Jane, rather than her marrying an unknown man, isn't it more accurate to say you can't bear the thought of her marrying someone other than you? I'm just a knight. I'm not even a high-ranking officer. I'm an elf and my body is scarred from war. I don't have any redeeming qualities. And my biggest setback of all is that I am a woman. What right do I have to stand by the princess's side unless I change? Agree to help. You're against it. Confess your own feelings. I'm interested. We're gonna agree to help. And you think that by turning into a man and defeating the king's fighter, you will be accepted to stand by her side? Yes. Fine, I will do it. I'll create a potion for you, if that is what you think you need in order to win the princess's heart. Thank you, Lana. Is there really a magic potion to change Jane into a man, though? I have never made one before, so I can't guarantee it will even work. We don't know what will happen. Your body may change, but so could your state of mind. I don't even know if it will have a permanent effect or just temporary. I am willing to take the risk. I just want to make it clear that I don't agree with this. I don't see why you need to change yourself to fight for the princess. You can easily hold your own in battle against the other knights. You even fought in the war against the slime monsters. I would never be accepted as a woman, Lana. Very well. I'll make the potion tonight, so come by tomorrow morning. Thank you, Lana. You don't know how much this means to me. Lana, are you okay? Yes. Let's get back to work, Elliot. We still have an order to prepare for tomorrow night. That evening. After I send Elliot home for the day, I sit in the kitchen in silence. The only sound I could hear is the crackling of the fireplace. Today has been both physically and mentally draining. The bakery seemed busier than usual today. Some of the customers were definitely not locals. I figured they must be visiting from other neighboring nations. Were they here to celebrate the princess's betrothment? Perhaps they too were planning to fight for the right to marry her. Even after the last customer had left, I waited well past sunset to close the bakery. I think I wanted to keep myself busy so that I could hold off on making Jane's potion. It was going to be a long, long day tomorrow. The day of the ball. Surprisingly, I had a really good night's sleep. It is a new day today, but that does not mean the events of yesterday did not happen. Also means I have a very large order of muffins to prepare. Lana, I'm here. I open the door. Good morning, Lana. Good morning, Elliot. Thank you for coming in a little earlier than usual to help with today's order. It's my pleasure. We have a lot to do today, and not enough time to do it. Okay. I don't waste any time with idle chit-chat this morning. Everything I've taught you so far has been leading up to this moment. I'm going to need you to find ingredients for me and help me mix the batter. We're going to work hard and fast, and I won't be able to give much assistance. In fact, I'll actually be timing you this time. I can handle it. Alright, are we ready? Yes. I'm counting on you. Elliot, please hand me the eggs on the bench. Yes, Lana. Thank you, Elliot. I need more flour now. Got it. Good work, Elliot. Could you grab for me some lavender from the corner? Okay. Great. You're doing well, Elliot. Finally, can you hand me some blueberries from the bench? Okay. Perfect. You've been really helpful so far, Elliot. Are you ready to mix the batter now? As ready as I'll ever be. Great. Remember to focus very carefully. If your concentration wanders even just a little bit, you might burn the batter. I won't let you down, Lana. I know you won't. Please start by mixing this one. Elliot, what happened? I lost concentration for a moment and lit the batter on fire. Oh dear. I'm sorry, I'll try again. Normally I would encourage you to keep trying, however we're on a tight deadline today. I'll make the batter, Elliot. Please gather more ingredients. Okay. I think I missed one of the circles. Later that morning. This morning has been extremely hectic. I decided not to open the store today so that Ellie and I could finish working on the muffins for tonight's ball. I was mixing several bowls of batter at once using magic. A few dozen muffins were already baking, but before I knew it, Jane had arrived at the bakery. Hello? Lana? Elliot? Is anyone in? Coming. I'll get the door for her, Lana. Thank you. Morning. Morning, Jane. I'll be with you in just a moment. Take your time, Lana. I can see that you're working very hard to finish the muffins for the ball. Have you been in the bakery's kitchen before? No, I believe this is my first time seeing the back. What do you think? It's cozy. Hey, Jane? Yes, Elliot? About what you said yesterday. What exactly is it about the princess that you like? I nearly channeled my spark element into the muffin batter. It's unprofessional of me, but I stopped mixing some of the bowls so that I can eavesdrop on their conversation. That's, a little embarrassing when you ask me so suddenly. Oh, sorry. But now that some time has passed, it's not sudden anymore, right? You really are persistent. The princess is very kind and charming. Aren't I also kind and charming? Would you fight for my hand in marriage? Elliot, the princess is... Even though I am not a very interesting person, the princess will always listen to me when I ramble on during our conversations, regardless of whatever the topic is about. She's always encouraging me and is grateful for what I do around the castle. She may be kind, but she will still lecture me if I make a mistake. I like that responsible side of her. And at the end of the day, seeing her beauty and sincere smile makes me happy. Now how am I supposed to try and talk her out of this? Jane. Ooh, pretty potion. I worked all night on the potion, but I haven't tested it yet, so I don't know if it will work. Thank you, Lana. I really do appreciate you making this for me, even though it was so sudden. Is it meant to be bubbling like that? I honestly don't know. Well, at least it's a pretty mix of colors. Oh, Elliot. Oh. You're not gonna drink it now? I'm a little nervous. I'll drink it before the ball. Will you be okay? I said I was willing to take the risk, right? Don't worry about me. I am living by my own choices in life. If anything goes wrong, I only have myself to blame. It's not like your choices don't affect other people, Jane. Telling us not to worry. Elliot is more upset about this than I thought she would be. If something happens to you, then we'll lose our #1 customer. I try to brighten the mood with a joke. Lana's right. Without you, our sales would go down. You too. I promise that even if I turn into a man, bear, or even a pig, I will come to the bakery every day to buy a muffin. You better. It's a promise, alright? Yes. That night. We finished making all the muffins before sunset. There was still some time before the ball, so Elliot went home to change into appropriate attire. I went upstairs to take a quick bath before changing clothes as well. And then it was time for the ball. I like the little animated bits that are through it as well, like the little fires and things. They're a really nice touch. Wow! The ball hasn't even started yet and there's already so many people! I'm so excited! That's great, Elliot, but be sure to stay close to me. We'll be staying in the main hall for most of the night, but the castle itself has many rooms in the hallway so it's easy to get lost. Okay. Hey, Lana! Yes, Elliot? Dressing up and going to the ball together? It's almost like we're on a date. Yes, Elliot. Lana, the muffins are so delicious. Elliot, if you eat all the muffins, there won't be any left for other guests. But they're so good. Oh, Elliot. Evening, beautiful. Oh, god, he's got that hair. The hair. I love that hairstyle. One of my favorite things to do is just making OC characters, and I have plans for exactly this hairstyle. It's so nice. And these outfits are so cool. Look at him. That cape and the pretty things, and they all look so good. Red, you're amazing. Luca. Long time no see. It's been too long. The muffins being served here tonight are from your bakery, correct? They're delicious. Thank you. They are as sweet as you are. I see you're still saying such phrases. It's the truth. And who is this gorgeous girl? Hi, No. What? I'm going to give her the wrong impression of me. Just no. I just want to introduce myself. Good evening, beautiful. Luca de Castro. But you can call me Luca. I'm good friends with Lana since childhood, and you are? Only interested in women. I don't even have a chance, do I? Not really. Lana, I'm heartbroken. I can see that. Now, really, who are you? Are you someone special to Lana? I sure am. I love seeing her face every morning, and we spend every day together too. By nightfall, she's got me all tired out. I can barely keep up with her. Lana, I'm so jealous. Elliot, please don't say such things that will lead to misunderstandings. Elliot is my apprentice. She works at the bakery with me. Oh? There isn't anything more? No. Not yet. Excuse me? I like you, Elliot. It's a shame you're not interested in men. Maybe in another lifetime. I hope so. Looks like the king is about to speak. The ballroom naturally falls silent at the presence of His Majesty. Many of the guests remain where they are in the hall, but a few are confident enough to make their way to King Carl. Oh, he looks pretty good too. Wow, it's really the king. It's my first time seeing him this close. Thank you all for your attendance this evening. As you all know, the reason for tonight's festivities is to celebrate my beautiful daughter's betrothment. Madalena. Aha! Madalena is also in, love interest in my childhood friend's harem. My dear daughter, Madalena, I am so proud to see the woman that she has grown to become. She is gorgeous. I am sure you are all eagerly excited to hear the name of the lucky man that will marry my daughter. But even I do not know. Whispers and murmurs spread throughout the ballroom. It seems everyone is shocked to hear that the king himself does not know who will marry the princess. Wait. Does this mean the people in attendance tonight don't know about the king's fighter? My daughter has rejected every prince, nobleman, and suitor that has ever come seeking her hand. Imagine my surprise when she said that she was ready to be wed. She came to me with a single condition. The person she is to marry must first defeat a warrior in combat. More chatter spreads among the crowd. I'm confused. What's going on? The princess was the one who decided to hold the competition for her hand, not the king. Huh? Why would she want to do that? She's setting up for the... This is either going to go exactly how it's been planned, or it's going to have the opposite effect and they're going to be like, oh shit! I have not the faintest idea. She's a funny one, isn't she? Luca has a coy smile on his face. Was he planning on competing? It's quite an amusing requirement she has set, but I trust my daughter. I believe something entertaining will come out of this. And so, the first to best my chosen fighter in battle will be granted my daughter's hand, who will take up the challenge and prove that they are worthy to marry my daughter. A few of the guests shuffle around, some approach the front of the crowd, but none are brave enough to take on the challenge. Instead, whispers can be heard. I should have brought my son along. He's a skilled fighter. To think such an opportunity to be tied to the royals would be missed. If I had known beforehand, I would have worn my armor. You're just making excuses. You don't have the guts. They are not wrong. To suddenly spring this upon the guests without any warning or time to prepare. It is no wonder no one is confident enough to fight. But if that's the case, why even hold this ball to begin with? I will fight for the princess's hand. It's Jane. Did she take the potion? She doesn't look any different. I can't tell either. It was an untested concoction after all, so it most likely did not work. I'm just glad to see she's still alive and breathing. And she's not a pig! Yes, that too. Lana? Yes, Elliot? Where did your friend Luca disappear to? I'm not sure. This is a surprise. What is your reason for volunteering? I'm not volunteering, Your Highness. I am making a declaration. Any fighter you have chosen, or any other man or woman here that wishes to fight for the princess, I will defeat them all. Who does this knight think they are? You have not provided us with a reason, Jane. Jane focuses on the princess. For love, that is my reason. That is your reason? Will you allow it? The king takes a quick glance at the princess. I would not accept any other reason. Very well, we will allow it. That is outrageous! I think it's romantic. This is exciting! I'm rooting for Jane to win. But the king... it's gonna be Luca! But the king still has not announced who Jane's opponent will be. Whoever it is, Jane is gonna kick their butt. Yeah. De Castro, where are you? I've been here all along, Your Highness. Evening, Jane. You look more dashing than usual. Thank you. Since you've been here from the beginning, then you must have heard Jane's proclamation. I did, yes. Are you ready to defend the princess's hand? I already accepted the honor to be your fighter days ago, Your Highness. If I had not come ready tonight, I would have dishonored my name. What? Luca is the king's fighter? Isn't he a witch? Will Jane be alright? This seems unfair. Well, then it would seem Jane will be your first challenger for tonight. Jane draws her sword and stands her ground, giving Luca a cold, hard stare. There is no sense of doubt or apprehension in her eyes. Not only first, I'll also be the last. I like this side of you. Jane is the first to charge forward. She closes the gap between her and Luca. She takes several swings at him with her sword, but he avoids contact with her blade each time by propelling himself backwards using magic. Ugh. I wish more women could chase after me as enthusiastically as you are right now, Jane. Once he has gained a safe distance, Luca twists and flicks his wrists. A heavy wave of water is conjured and slam Jane up against the wall. Several spectators are also hit with the water, sending them sliding into each other. Ugh. You should give up, Jane. You can't beat me in a fight. Ugh. Jane raises to her feet. combs her fingers through her dripping wet hair, and once again charges at Luca. It is pointless. Every time Jane closes the gap between them, Luca uses magic to get away or push her back. Is that all you've got, Jane? She clicks her tongue before scanning her surroundings for something. But what? Her eyes lock onto a noble. Jane dashes over to him and she grabs the muffin the noble was holding in his hand and flings it at Luca. Ah! She's using her muffins as a weapon? Luca swiftly moves out of the way and the muffin hits the wall. You shouldn't waste food, Jane. But Jane smirks. Why is she smirking? Can he only deflect one thing at a time? Jane runs over to a nearby table that is covered in our muffins. She wouldn't. Jane grabs the muffins and begins to catapult them one by one at Luca. She would! The muffins! You worked so hard on them! What is happening? Pumpkin seed, vanilla, apple cinnamon, blueberry. With every flying muffin that comes hurtling towards him, Luca takes a step further and further away. He reflects some of the muffins away using magic, causing them to fly towards the crowd. These two won't stop at muffins. Are you seriously trying to make a joke right now? Whoa! Luca stumbles. He just slipped on one of the muffins on the floor. A blueberry and lavender muffin, to be precise. Wait, hold on. Throwing the last muffin, Luca manages to deflect it with a wave of water, his spark element. Jane must have expected this. She dodges to the side and pulls something out from behind her coat. Another weapon? A shimmer of yellow splashes towards Luca, sending another wave. But the yellow liquid instead mixes with his conjured water. It has a strong odor. It reeks of peppermint and valerian root. The sleeping potion? Luca pinches his nose to block the stench. Jane stands atop a fallen Luca, with the tip of her sword pointed towards his neck. You've beaten me. I have. Well done, Jane. I have to admit, I am impressed. You've defeated me and earned the right to the princess's hand. Jane lowers her sword and looks towards the king. No, she's looking at the princess. Well, Madalena, what do you think? Whew. Jane! I told you, did I not? The person who wins this fight will, without a doubt, be my true love, my knight in shining armor. Princess. You'll still only call me by my title? Even after you just fought for my hand? Shouldn't you be saying something else right about now? Madalena. Yes. I love you. With all my heart, my mind, my body, and my soul. I know, Jane. I love you too. Ah! Aww! It's a happy ending! Yes, I suppose it is. I'm glad Jane was able to find the strength in herself to fight for the one she loves. I'm glad that she's getting the happy ending she deserves. Is everything alright, Elliot? I was just thinking, please, do share. Well, have you ever felt like something wasn't quite right? What do you mean? Like, you thought the world revolved around you, or that you were the main character in a story, but you're actually just a supporting character in someone else's love story? And you really thought that you had a chance to be with someone, or you tried to make the right moves and say the right things in order to impress them, but the choices you make have little to no effect on how much they like you? Because it was never your story to begin with. It was hers, and she had the power to decide how her love story would end all along. Holy fuck. Oh, that was oh, Red, I love you. That was really fun. So that was Baked Magic from Witpop games. All of Witpop games are connected in some ways. Elliot and Madalena are both in side character and love interest. And I really like how all the different characters coincide and have different kinds of stories within the different worlds that they're put throughout. And just the humor in these games and how sweet they are, and they always make me laugh. And let me know if you'd like to see Elliot succeed and see how there's like 4 endings to this or something like that. Red does this thing where the very first option you choose affects the rest of the game completely. So the moment we decided to flirt, we were on that track. Elliot didn't stand a chance. So that was really fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Something a little bit different than the usual genre, but I'm thinking that I'm going to do a lot more of this, in that I want to play visual novels, and specifically from indie developers, and it's nothing to say that I have to just stick to BL games. So if you have any suggestions on things you'd like to see played, let me know in the comments or on Twitter at CocoLoCovers. So yeah, I will see you in the next video. We'll have more Marisol Bay coming up shortly as well. Have a wonderful day, night, whatever time you're watching. Bye-bye.